Storm and Jean Grey are casually dancing through the universe. If you're new here, you might have missed my video on Becoming Creation, which goes over Phoenix number 5, in which Eternity dances with Jean Grey as he reminds her that the Phoenix is the idea of creation itself. So what the heck does that have to do with Storm? Well, in Storm issue number 4, it actually ends with her death. In previous issues, Storm actually got radiation poisoning from saving a town, and now she's slowly dying. But she got help from Dr. Voodoo. And after he makes a deal with the demon, he basically tells her that she can't use her powers for 7 days because bringing her back to life came at a heavy cost, which included her not being able to use her powers for 7 straight days. Problem was, she gets an invitation from Dr. Doom, which of course just happens to coincide with day 7. While she is there, he tries to kill someone in front of her. She tries to stop him, which included her activating her abilities, leading to the spirit killing her and taking her life back. But Eternity has plans for her. So we get this next shot where we see that Eternity is starting to create her into something different. He talks about death as just a metamorphosis. And in the most magical girl moment that could ever happen in an X-Men comic, you see that Storm is becoming something more, something beautiful. He brings her back as the Eternal Storm, and then handle the spirit that kills Storm by condensing them with atmospheric pressure so Storm could eat them. Then at that point, Eternity, still piloting Storm's body, uses her to go attack Dr. Doom, making quick work of his Doom bots. But Doom is Doom, so he's not worried. He literally tells Eternity that you're tripping if you think that Storm is going to allow you to kill me in cold blood. And just like how Jean was originally an unwilling host of the Phoenix, Storm is also an unwilling host of Eternity, and so her hands begin to shake. So Eternity leaves, leaving Doom alive. So let's jump to the other parts of the story. Now Eternity and Oblivion have been beefing for a while. Oblivion wanted his twin, Death, to be taken from him and put into Eternity. Look, Oblivion and Eternity's beef is very complicated, so I'm gonna try to give you a quick rundown, but go and read the issue for yourself. So Oblivion is the darkness before creation. Creation takes from Oblivion, creating Eternity, causing Oblivion to be smaller. Oblivion got to a point to where they were too small to house Death anymore and argued that Eternity, since they are getting so big, should take Death. So the Living Tribunal gets up and lets Eternity and Oblivion duke it out. Oblivion won, and that's how Death gets into the universe. But that was 3 eons ago. And so now Oblivion wants Death back because Oblivion is lonely. He can't take her back without having more room, so that means he argues that Eternity needs to go away so he can have his sister back. The Living Tribunal says hell nah with a hammer to the face. But the one above all, who's always listening, was like, that's interesting. So Jack Kirby moves and everybody feels it throughout the entire universe, including Spider-Man with his spider sense, and of course Jean, who is the embodiment of creation, she feels it too. But remember this still earlier where Oblivion won the fight against Eternity for making sure that Eternity took Death from him. This is an avatar of Eternity. Eternity doesn't fight their own battles, so they always have an avatar. So the question becomes, who's going to be avatar for Eternity now? That of course is now Storm as the Eternal Storm. Which then makes this scene in Phoenix 5 so much more beautiful because Storm and Jean have always seen each other as kin. Overall, this issue was nothing short of crazy. But what's even crazier is this was supposed to be Storm's last issue. Yep, on the beginnings of the column page, Ayodele tells us that this was supposed to be the last issue. They were only tapped for 5. But then people went out and supported the book. That's right, this is all a big ad for you to go to your local comic book store and actually buy the comics you claim you love. I joke, but I also don't. Not gonna lie, I would have rioted if this was the finale, because this is way too big of a setup to just let this story die. Y'all keep supporting this book because I need more. Also, shout out to my fellow writer, who also took the time to hit me up on the red play button when I was talking about the artwork of this book. Because of the support of this book is now going to go into this next arc. And on the Collins page, he talks about how this next arc is really inspired by his relationship and his love for his big sister. A lot of the works that I have done come from my love and relationship with my little sister. So I can relate. Anyway, Black History Month is over, but y'all get out there and support this Black character and these Black creators doing this Black story. Because the Marvel Universe is changing, and Storm is definitely one of those books that's going to show you how that is. But other than that, I am upcoming author. Thank you for getting caught up on my favorite media with me. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and comment the Storm emoji for me so I know you're here. Other than that, God saying the same, I will catch up with y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.